Sir, is it that people who have studied humanities in higher secondary have more chances of getting
Nothing
into a
like
civil
that.
service than
Absolutely
people
nothing.
who have subjects like
Absolutely
science?
nothing like that. There is nothing like that. That's why I said it, my personal case as well, because I was completely in science background and it was engineering after that. And then I was working. So I started my humanities subject after almost like 10, 15 years. So there is nothing like that.
Sir, fully engineering based on
Okay.
50, I think 15 years, like, sir. Humanity subject പഠിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട് അപ്പോൾ എന്തെല്ലാം എഫേർട്ട് ആയിരുന്നു അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്തെല്ലാം ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായിരുന്നു സാറിന് സബ്ജക്ട് പഠിക്കുമ്പോണ്ടായത്?
Challenges as such, nothing that great or not that difficult, because we are going back to NCRTs, which are like very simple. We start with NCRTs, and NCRTs are very simple. It's devised for the school children. So definitely at our age, it will be easy for sure. So the only thing is that we have to go back and we have to start with the NCRTs. Don't directly start with some very big book or anything like that. Start with the basics. Like I said, I will prefer if you are not comfortable with these subjects, start with the NCRTs, preferably from 8th standard onwards, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So by the time you will have covered almost a good portion of the UPSC syllabus also. Now, on top of that, you can choose specific books. For example, for polity, you can choose Lakshmi Kamant, or for history, you can choose Bipin Chandra or Ramachandra Gupta, or whatever book you feel comfortable. So it will not pose you much problem at all. Don't worry about that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So, which were the subjects that you chose for your exam?
For my optional?
Yes.
Yeah, my optional was Malayalam literature, but my score in my optional was very bad, as I already said to you. Because I chose Malayalam optional because I wanted to have a subject where I don't want to go for any coaching, a subject which I can just sit and understand and study on my own. But that was a bad decision, because Malayalam also had a lot of theories, etc., to be studied. The literature also has their own theoretical background, etc. And like I said, I'm not very good in remembering things, but even in literature, there are things that you will have to remember, that you will have to memorize. And it's also a problem when you have certain very unconventional ideas. So not everyone will accept these unconventional ideas when it comes to literature. For example, any of you might have read the famous book Chemin Tagride.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So particularly for Malayalam literature student, whoever has taken it, most of them will analyze the work as a romantic work, right? It's a very romantic novel that got translated into different languages. But when I analyzed that, this happened in one of the mock examinations. So I analyzed it as a very radical work, which was showing the transition of a caste-based society into a class-based society. This was my personal thought, but the teacher who was evaluating my mock paper, she said that no, this is not acceptable, because this book is primarily a work of love, a romantic novel. How can you define it in your own way? So like even in literature, there are some set rules which we will have to accept. And in my case, because I did not accept many of those rules, my mark was also a bit lower. Simple.
So my question is about interview panel. So I'm audible. Okay, so
yes.
How they're going for the questions? I mean like general or our personal questions, or rather they ask about our facts regarding any subject, like you said about article.
It could be anything. It could be anything. It's like a conversation between you and a few other people.
Yes, I'm asking like.
Yes, wait. Let me complete. Let me complete. Hold on. So before you are going to the interview, you fill out a detailed application form. A detailed application form is like your biodata. So the interview panelist, they do have this DAF or this biodata of viewers right in front of their eyes. So there you are mentioning your hobbies, your interests, your academics and everything. So that is one area from which you can get questions. Second area is you can get questions on your home state. If you say you are from Kerala, you might get some questions on Kerala. And in my case, I mentioned Kerala as my home state, and Article Pongala is something that is in the news as well. And it is a Guinness World Record awning festival as well. So it is quite in the current affairs, it is from my home state, so it becomes all the more important, right? And it has a social perspective, and they want to analyze my analytical ability, how I counter a question like that, how I justify my answer. So it could be anything. And it could also be, sometimes they ask you very factual questions also. And even if you don't know the answers, it is fine. They are not gonna tell you that you are not selected because you didn't answer this question. If you can tell it in the right way, if you can accept that you don't know the answer in the right way, even that is a plus point.
Sir, can we choose our area of like we say cadre, etc.? So can we choose that, or is that based upon our rank?
We can choose that, but it is also based upon our rank. It's exactly like you choosing your college for graduation or post-graduation. Your mark depends upon it. I mean, it is dependent upon your mark and the choice you give.
Okay, sir.
So
okay.
There was a note regarding as 2:1 ratio for the posting of the people in the according to the cadre. It was a bit time before, but like 2:1 ratio in the sense that 2 people outside the state and 1 person inside the state.
Yeah, generally because I mean, not everyone will be getting the home cadre.
Okay. So is there has there been any changes to that, or?
I don't know, because I was never interested in the whole cadre thing at all. And secondly, also because you are actually signing up as an all India service. I mean, it's an all India service, and you are going for a service which is Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, Indian Foreign Service. So it should not be a matter of concern to you at all which cadre you get. You should be able to, or you should be willing to serve in every cadre equally with equal responsibility.